Today I'm going to show you my game data editor tool. This is what I use to create and manage units, abilities, items and loot tables for my game. To keep it simple, we'll make a new enemy called Glimmerscale, give it a Flurry ability, create an item it can drop and then set up its loot table. Let's open the editor and go into units. Let's write the unit name. Let's rename the scriptable object. Let's pick the portraits. It's not a player. The default level will be 3 to 4. It will be rank 1. And rank 1 is a normal unit, not elite or anything. Let's add the health stat. And we can set that to 80. The resource type will be energy, and energy can be 100. Auto attack base damage could be 5 to 9, and attack speed could be 175. Let's also add the auto attack action, which makes it able to use auto attacks. Should also give experience when it's killed. I'll set unit filter type to enemy just to make it easier to find the Glimmerscale in the list on the left side. And later we'll come back and add the ability and loot table. Now let's create the ability for Glimmerscale. It will be called Flurry. Rapidly strikes an enemy 4 times over 2 seconds, each strike dealing 3 to 6 physical damage. It's a channel ability costing 60 energy to use and is interruptible. Let's rename the object. Let's choose an icon for the ability. Now let's set cooldown to 12 seconds. Global cooldown is true and set cooldown on use should have been true, but I forgot to check it. Let's edit the spell data and go into flags. Can be used in combat and can be interrupted. By adding the channel component, I'm basically telling the backend how this ability should behave. How long it lasts, how often it ticks, and when the damage should happen. We will not include any tooltip from this component. The duration is 2 seconds and the tick interval is 0.5. It will not tick at start, and stop channel input release is only for the player. Since we have a channel component, we can add some triggers on each channel tick. If you want to do a damage action and it will do physical damage, it can crit and deal 3 to 6 physical damage. Now we can add conditions. We need a target condition. The target type will be single enemy. The last thing you need is a resource condition. The resource type will be energy and it will cost 60. By default, the ability tooltip is not empty. However, since we don't include any component in the tooltip, it will look very plain. My custom tooltip will use placeholders, and they will be replaced by the component, triggers and conditions. This will make it dynamic and up to date. Then we can go into items. First we select the item type. Then we click create new item and the item name will be fishing hook. Then I'm just going to rename the object. Let's select the sprite for the item. Quality of the item is junk. Let's add a description of the item. A small rusty hook, bent and nearly useless. We're gonna set the value to 15 copper. Equipment and consumables have additional fields for things like stats, trigger effects and so on. If you want, I can go deeper into this in another video. Then we can go into loot table. I already created a loot table for Glimmerscale, but it's currently empty. Let's add the fishing hook in possible drops. We can set if we want a random amount of fishing hooks to drop or a specific amount. Let's go with 1 and set weight to 5. Let's also add another item. Now I click update to see the drop chance for each item. Below we can set the chance for one item to drop and then another one for a second item. The second item can only drop if the first one did. In this case we can't have 3 drops because each item can only drop once. Now we can go back to the Glimmerscale and add the loot table. Let's also add the ability we created. Now we can go into the game and see how it looks. You can see instantly that the Glimmerscale uses Flurry, and we can see it hit us for 4 times. Then it starts auto-attacking, that's the red bar. I'm gonna cheat and kill him instantly, else we would die. We got a bit lucky and it dropped both items. I muted the game sound for this video because I haven't added much sound yet. That was my little behind the scenes showcase. I have never made a video with voiceover, so I'm far from comfortable. I'm not happy with the video or the microphone quality, but I learned a lot, so hopefully the next one will be better. Please give me some feedback or tell me what you would like to see. Thanks for watching and have a great day.